I'm excited because this morning I'm going to be sharing with you our amazing business kits. And I wanted to do it live, not just by sharing a picture. So, first of all, I want to let you know that we have two different kits. One is called the Deluxe Business Kit, and the other one is just a quick start kit. So, they both have different purposes, and I'll post the information about those in just a little bit. But let's talk about what's inside. So, I'm going to start with the starter kit. And you're going to see that right here. I've got it all shrink wrapped because I do like to take it with me to Tupperware parties and also to vendor events. So this consists of just a couple of items. We've got our That's a Bowl, which is perfect for making all kinds of great recipes. We also have our silicone spatula. We have our measuring cups and our measuring spoons. And then right back here, we have our compact chopper. And that has got a lot of great uses. I use that little guy all the time for chopping a cup of nuts, celery, carrots, onions, because nobody likes to chop onions, right? You can also use it for chopping up fresh herbs. So those are just a couple of things. I like to make flavored butter. I grow rosemary in my yard, so you can take some butter and just put your rosemary in there. That's really delicious, or garlic butter as well. So lots of fun things that you can do with this. One of the other things is if you just want to chop up a couple of jalapenos for a recipe. Those are just a couple of things that I use that for. It's a real go-to item. I use it probably at least 5 times a week because it's just so much easier than chopping things with a knife. So that is our first level kit. And that all is $49. Of course, it has a much higher retail value. The second thing that I want to share with you is our deluxe business kit. It's truly the best value. So it's going to consist of everything that's in the starter kit, with the exception of the compact chopper. And there's a real good reason why. That is because in this kit, we have our full size chopper. And so this is an amazing product. So just a couple things to let you know what I do with this. It's great for making salsa, guacamole, pico de gallo. I actually even make my cake mixes in here. I put half of a dry cake mix and the eggs, oil, and water, mix it all up, and then I add the second half too. I don't get out my big mixer for just a quick box cake mix. You can also use it for those homemade butters, chicken salad. So I'll put my celery inside of here, chop it up, add my chicken and chop it as well. When I brown my ground beef, I like it to be nice and fine. So I always put my ground beef inside of here as well. And you can also use it for making hummus, dips, and blizzards, my favorite thing to do during the summer. So let's talk a little bit about this. First of all, both the compact chopper and the supersonic chopper have this little just like that. And when you do that, that's what spins the inside. So what I want to do now is take this out because this is what we call the collar, and it's got a little whipper. So that's what you're going to use if you're whipping up things. Like if I'm making a blizzard, I'll use that. But this is the real deal. This one is the supersonic blade. Look at that. It looks like a ninja tool, doesn't it? And so you're going to place your collar back on, and this is the one that you're going to be using for all of your chopping. So your deluxe business kit actually comes with the supersonic size as opposed to the compact size. So that's one big difference that we have. Wow. All right. Next up, we've got a couple of pieces for the microwave. So the first item that I have is a piece of our Vent and Serve. I love Vent and Serve. You would not believe how much I have, and it's always in use. So a couple things. This is made out of the same material that fighter plane windshields are made out of. Now, why? Because it can take rapid temperature changes. So this is a great product if you want to put something in the freezer. You can put it directly into the microwave. You don't even have to let it come to room temperature. And you just pop this little seal right here. It's got a little silicone valve. That way the steam can escape, but the food doesn't splatter all over. And then you can put it right on the tabletop. It's so beautiful. It's going to look just like blue glass. Isn't that gorgeous? And then it goes right into the dishwasher. So it's one container for everything. I primarily use these for what I call planovers. So if something I'm making is going to have to be reheated, it definitely goes right into this container. You'll notice that it's got a little fill line right there. So you want to make sure if you're putting something liquidy in here that you don't go past the fill line, especially if you're freezing, because it will expand. And it all has little feet on the bottom too. And that's so that it's up off the bottom of the microwave so that the microwaves can completely circulate around there and give you some really, really great heating. All right. The next container that I have is our Crystal Wave. Now, Crystal Wave is also for the microwave, but this is for reheating previously cooked foods, and we recommend this at 50% power for just a couple of minutes. So you got to train everybody in your house how to use this. But the best way that I use this is I have a number of pieces that I keep in a bag in our car. And when we go out, I don't ever bring home a cardboard or a styrofoam to-go box. I take my own in and put it right in here. It keeps things from leaking all over your car, and you can just take it and put it right into the refrigerator. So then your refrigerator isn't going to smell like whatever you had at that restaurant the night before. And most importantly, is you're doing your part for the environment. So that is our Crystal Wave. And then next we have our microwave breakfast maker. Now it's a great name because you can make a lot of things for breakfast in here, but it's also a little misleading because you can do so much more with this. So let me tell you a little bit about it. First of all, when you open this up, it has two round containers, and this is perfect for poaching eggs. So you would fill these up to the fill line with water, crack your eggs right in here, put the cover on this, and you're going to put it into your microwave. Now, depending upon the power of your microwave, it's going to depend on how long that you're going to need to cook these for. But in my microwave, it's less than a minute. So imagine that if you like poached eggs on top of avocado toast, this is going to be awesome. Or even if you just want to make eggs Benedict or just poached eggs on toast. So quick and so easy. By the time your toast pops up, your eggs are done. So it's really super easy. And of course, it goes right into the dishwasher. When you remove the little cups, then you can use this for an omelet. So imagine scrambling up your eggs and adding whatever you have in the refrigerator, making the most delicious omelet ever. Again, you're just going to cover this as well. You can make French toast in this. And you know what? It's so safe that even your kids can use it, or your grandkids. I have the most adorable picture of my grandkids when they were super little making their own breakfast in this. I ended up having to buy them all one because they were fighting over it. And they all had their very own breakfast maker. So my oldest is getting ready to go off to college. I can't wait to find out if she takes hers with her. I know she will, right? A couple of other things that you can do with this. We've got a whole bunch of recipes. You can use this for making brownies or even muffins. Yeah, like muffins for two or just brownies for two. Take a look at this. You can make a flip flop cake in it. Your kids or grandkids will love that as well. So those were just a couple of things. Oh, I know one more thing. Perfect for salmon. So you can take some zucchini and make zoodles out of it. Use our little spiralizer, put that right inside. And there's a lot of water in that. So usually we pat it dry when we cook it, but for this, you wouldn't pat it dry. And then what you're going to do is put a piece of salmon on top. You know those pieces of salmon that come like pre-packaged, they're vacuum sealed. So this is perfect for like people that are cooking for one or two, because you can cook up your dinner in just a couple of minutes. You will be amazed. And of course, cleanup is going to be a breeze. All right, next up, let's talk about our refrigerator. So I've got two items, one for the refrigerator and one is for the freezer. So this is one of our freezer meat containers. Oh my gosh, I love these. I have so many of these. These are great for those of you that like to buy in bulk, and then you can divide things up inside into meal-sized portions. For those of you that like to make big batches of things like soups and stews, or just chop up onions and have them already going. You know, they sell frozen onions and frozen celery. Instead of paying somebody to do it, you can use your supersonic chopper and do it yourself and place it right in here. Just label it and you'll know exactly what's inside. It's raw onions, all chopped and ready to go, right? So this is one piece of our entire line. So what Tupperware has done is they've tried to give you a piece from the different lines so that you have something to demonstrate to explain how they all work. Next up is our Fridge Smart. And man of day, if you don't know about Fridge Smart, you don't know what you're missing. This is for your fruits and vegetables. And I'm going to tell you, it's going to keep things so much fresher. You'll notice that there's columns on here that have your different fruits and vegetables on here. And up across the top, it has the vent. And one of them is, this one over here is like what they call half and half. And this one's a solid circle. And then this one is a hollow circle. And then this has got an X. So the X means it doesn't go in the refrigerator. The rest of them, that's how you make sure that you use this little venting system that you see right here. So I'm going to give you a little trick. If the word Tupperware is at the front of the container right here, then this is going to match. So that is going to be all the way over here. The middle is going to be in the middle, and then you slide it all the way over to what would be the left to hit those things that are in the left side. Now, the reason we do this is because some fruits and vegetables need a lot of oxygen. They need to breathe a lot, like broccoli, it's a heavy breather, and some not so much. And that's why you don't want to mix them together. We do that in our regular refrigerator. We put them all together, and I call it the non-crisper drawer because we buy them, we put them in there, and then we end up throwing half of them away. And then we go out and buy more, and we do the same thing, right? You will not be throwing away any more fruits and vegetables. That's going to save you money. But you know what? It's also better for the environment because all of that rotting fruits and vegetables in the landfills, they give off a lot of methane gas, and we don't want to do that. So you're going to love this. It gives you an example of our Fridge Smart as well. All right, then we have our to-go products, and this is perfect for all those people that are always going out and about and even around the house as well. So first of all, we have our on-the-go coffee mug. I love this. Doesn't it kind of look like a Starbucks, right? It's got the little wrap on it so it keeps your hands from burning. Perfect for those of you that always like to have a coffee on hand, so you can have it sitting right at your desk. And of course, it's got a little spout cover, silicone, to make sure that you don't spill anything. And it's great to take with you. You'll notice it's tapered at the bottom, so it fits in your car beverage holder very, very easily. And then we also have our Tupperware water bottle. And this has got a flip cap. There you go. And this is actually freezable. So you can actually freeze up to the fill line, put it into the freezer, gives room for expansion. And that way, whatever you have inside is going to be nice and cold the next day. You can actually put it in your lunchbox. But, for a lot of us, we like to have water all day long. And so this is a great thing to make sure you're carrying. You'll never want to buy plastic bottles at the store filled with water because, first of all, they end up in a landfill. And you know what? You spend all that money and it's really not any better water. So put your own filtered water right inside of here. So I have a bunch of water bottles at home because we drink a lot of water, and that way we always have them and we never buy the plastic disposable water bottles at the store. All right, lastly, we have one more thing, and that is our beautiful Impressions bowl set. And this is our three-piece classic Impressions bowl. And so one of the things that I really like about Impressions is I think they're just so pretty. I like the kind of the flair that they have. They have a really smooth rim as well. But when you remove the seal, you'll notice there's a little round circle on the top. It actually matches the base of the container. So you can put it right underneath the bowl. It kind of gives it like a little pedestal. So not only does it look nice when you're serving, but you always know where your seal is because sometimes you can lose the seal. Like, where'd that seal go? Right? So it's going to be right underneath your bowl. And then when you're not using these and you're storing them, I want you to notice something. They're all going to store right down inside of one another. So how's that for a great space saver? Isn't that pretty?